In a move that has sent ripples through the NFL world, the Los Angeles Chargers have made the unexpected decision to release safety J.T. Woods, a third-round pick from the 2022 NFL Draft. This move comes as part of a broader effort to reshape the Chargers roster ahead of the 2024 season and has raised significant questions about the team's defensive direction. With Woods now out of the picture, the Chargers front office is actively exploring options to strengthen their defensive unit. This includes potential high-profile free agent acquisitions, including one name that could change the defensive landscape entirely, Jadeveon Clowney. J.T. Woods, a young prospect who couldn't secure a spot. Woods, who was drafted with the hopes of bolstering the Chargers' secondary, struggled to find consistent playing time throughout his tenure in Los Angeles. Despite having the physical tools to succeed, including a solid 6'2" frame and good athleticism, Woods failed to carve out a regular role within the defensive rotation. In his first 2 years, Woods' contribution was limited, and he often found himself behind other defensive backs in the depth chart. Though Woods showed flashes of promise in training camp, the Chargers were ultimately unimpressed by his performance during game situations. He was not able to make the necessary impact, and it became clear that the Chargers' plans for the future no longer included him. The writing was on the wall when the Chargers moved on from him just 2 seasons after drafting him, signaling a shift in their defensive strategy. In 2023, Woods was briefly claimed by both the Philadelphia Eagles and the Chicago Bears, but neither team was able to offer him a long-term home. In January, Woods found his way to the Seattle Seahawks, where he hoped to revive his career. However, after Seattle made a strategic move to acquire veteran cornerback Shaquill Griffin, Woods was once again left without a team. At just 25 years old, Woods now finds himself back on the free agent market. While his journey has been less than stellar, it's important to note that he still has the physical tools that made him an intriguing prospect in the first place. Whether Woods will land with another team or return to the Chargers in a different capacity remains to be seen, but for now, he enters a crucial period of his career, looking for a fresh start. Looking ahead, the Chargers' defensive strategy for 2024. While the Chargers have said goodbye to Woods, they are far from lacking in options. The team is already looking to the future, with younger players such as Cam Hart and Tarheeb still making waves during training. Both players have impressed coaches and analysts alike with their performance, particularly in the early stages of camp. Cam Hart, a second-year cornerback, has shown significant improvement and could prove to be a valuable asset in the defensive backfield. Likewise, Tarheeb Still, an undrafted free agent out of Rutgers, has been lauded for his tenacity and playmaking ability, making him a standout candidate to contribute significantly in 2024. With the team's defensive backfield now in the hands of these promising young talents, the Chargers are betting on their growth and development over the course of the offseason. However, as is often the case in the NFL, the possibility of injuries or unexpected changes could force the Chargers front office to adjust its plans. The Chargers' defense, while promising, remains relatively untested at several key positions. Thus, the team is exploring ways to add further depth and experience to its secondary, with veteran leadership being an important factor in the coming season. Jadeveon Clowney, the veteran presence the Chargers need. While the Chargers are investing in youth, they are also eyeing established talent to bolster their defense for the 2025 season. One such player who immediately stands out as a potential game-changer is former number 1 overall pick Jadeveon Clowney. The edge rusher, who has spent time with the Houston Texans, Seattle Seahawks, and most recently the Carolina Panthers, is a name that many believe could be a perfect fit for the Chargers. Clowney, now 32, is still regarded as one of the most physically gifted players in the league. Despite battling injuries over the past few seasons, he has maintained a high level of performance throughout his career. With 58 career sacks and 108 tackles for loss, Clowney has proven he can still impact games at a high level. His performance, even during a somewhat injury-riddled 2023 season, shows that he remains an elite force when on the field. Clowney's release from the Panthers earlier this year sparked immediate speculation that he could be headed to a team in need of a veteran pass rusher, and the Chargers have emerged as one of the frontrunners in this race. The addition of Clowney to the Chargers' already impressive defensive front would create a dynamic and fearsome pass-rushing duo with Khalil Mack. Together, Mack and Clowney could wreak havoc on opposing quarterbacks, with both players possessing the size, strength, and speed to consistently disrupt the backfield. Not only would Clowney provide the Chargers with a proven pass rusher, but his leadership and experience would be invaluable for a young defensive front. Players like Tuli Tuipulotu, who showed promise as a rookie, and Kyle Kennard, an exciting young prospect, could greatly benefit from Clowney's mentorship. Having a player with Clowney's pedigree could accelerate the development of the Chargers' younger defensive players, preparing them for greater roles in the future. The case for Clowney: a low-risk, high-reward move. Perhaps the most enticing part of pursuing Clowney is his apparent willingness to sign a team-friendly deal in order to chase that elusive Super Bowl ring. With the Chargers in win-now mode after an impressive 2023 playoff appearance, Clowney could be the missing piece needed to solidify the defensive line and make a deeper playoff push in 2025. A signing like Clowney's would be a low-risk, high-reward move for the Chargers, especially if they can negotiate a favorable deal. This would allow the team to maintain financial flexibility while simultaneously adding one of the league's most talented and accomplished pass rushers to their roster. In addition to his on-field contributions, Clowney's veteran presence would help stabilize the defense, especially as the Chargers are looking to improve both their depth and leadership at key positions. The Chargers front office: a calculated approach to building a contender. The front office of the Los Angeles Chargers, led by General Manager Joe Ortiz, has been very deliberate in its approach to roster construction. The team is clearly in win-now mode, but they are also wary of overcommitting to short-term moves that could hinder long-term success. After a promising playoff run in 2023, the Chargers are looking to build on that momentum by improving their defense and adding players who can contribute immediately without sacrificing the team's long-term vision. Signing Clowney could fit perfectly into this approach. By acquiring a veteran player at a reasonable price, the Chargers can enhance their championship window without jeopardizing their future cap space. This flexibility allows them to continue making strategic moves in free agency while still positioning themselves for sustained success. What's next for the Chargers? As the offseason unfolds, one of the biggest questions for the Chargers is whether they will land Clowney or another significant veteran. While their defense has shown promise, adding a player of Clowney's caliber could be the game changer they need to push them over the top in 2025. With free agency still in full swing and training camp right around the corner, the Chargers are in a prime position to make additional moves to bolster their roster. Whether it's securing Clowney or targeting another veteran playmaker, the front office is clearly working hard to put the pieces in place for a potential Super Bowl run. Related: is Justin Herbert on the verge of losing his elite status in 2025? The Chargers' bold move: Dante Jackson joins the secondary, but is it enough? The 2025 season is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory for Chargers fans. Stay tuned for further updates as we continue to track the team's off-season moves and provide in-depth analysis of the decisions that will shape the future of the Chargers. With so many potential changes on the horizon, it's clear that the Chargers are fully committed to building a championship contender, and they're ready to do whatever it takes to get there.